Hello and welcome back, and today we are doing episode 2 of our Project Cars 2 career mode. This is race number 1 in the 5-race Formula Ford European Championship, and this is at Circuit de Algarve, and we're gonna get a decent start here. We qualified at the back, up to 11th already. We're gonna swing to the outside here, under braking, down into second gear. Gonna make a couple moves there, track extend a little bit. No penalty picked up so far. And that guy's going to get stopped up, and we're up into 6th place, on the brakes, down into second gear, up into 5th momentarily. The car is going to come back through, and we're going to hang out in 6th place off of this corner. Now down in the long straight, there's a hairpin coming up, so we're going to see if we can get a good run here, and we're going to get on the brakes. Slight bit of contact there, that was my mistake, but we are going to get through with no damage. And we're up into 5th place. Gonna get a nice run around the outside, see what happens. It's gonna turn the inside here, and we're not gonna get it done as the car's gonna stay in front. We're gonna try and get a better run out of here than the white and red car in front of us. We have a car on our right there. Now we're gonna come up the hill, and we're still trying to figure out how to set up these Formula Ford cars, and this was not the best setup we found up with, and we're going to try and slide it around the outside, and we're going to end up giving up the position almost to the green car. Green car's ahead slightly. We fall down to 6th. Side by side, we're going to have the inside here, and that should grant us the position down into 1st gear, and he's hung it around the outside and got the better exit. So we're going to skip ahead on to lap 2 now here, and we've caught back up to this green car in front. We're going to come onto the long straight, down into the hairpin, and we're going to tuck into that slipstream, and we're going to pop out here to the left. Going to get on the brakes and see if we can get a move done. He is later on the brakes than we are, but we do get it in there anyway, and we're going to pick up 5th position.
So we're up into 5th place now.
And now, coming here later on lap 2, we have still trying to track down that white and orange car, and the car just understeered way off the track, and we're going to fall back into 7th now, losing a spot to him and the red car. That's going to make it P8, and we're falling like a rock now. So we're back up into P7 at this point, as one of the cars in front made a mistake, and this is the final lap, looking to finish P7, and we tangle wheels. Gonna make a huge error there, and that's gonna end up parking it on the inside of the barrier. Still in 10th place, and trying to get the thing refired. Keep stalling it. Finally get it refired and stall it again, as we were hooked on the wall and could not get the thing working. Eventually we are finally gonna get it in drive and off the wall, and we're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna come home and finish P11 in the first race. So we have a lot of work to do if we want to finish well in this championship. So we're going to come across the line here now. P11, not a great result. So moving on here to race 2 at the short circuit of Circuit de Barcelona in Spain. And this is the short circuit, and we're going to get a great start here. Following up, we're going to swing over to the right, pass a couple cars, already up in a 9th place. 8th is on the right. We're going to pick that one up, and we're going to get on the brakes hard here, as this is a tight corner. Get on the brakes, downshift 3rd, down into 2nd, get the rear end to slide out a little bit. There's a car on the inside. We're going to drive around the outside of him, up in a 5th place from the back of the grid already, and we are going to swing to the inside of the green car there, and we're even going to get a better run than the white car. And we have the inside here, and that is going to put us up into 3rd position off the start, just a couple of corners, which was a great start, and nearly losing it through there. We still had not have a great setup for this track, so we're going to get on the brakes here into the tight hairpin and just hopefully try and catch these cars in front.
We are learning.
We're going to come up through here, clip the apex there, get the wheel on the curb, get the thing to turn. This corner, try to carry as much speed as you can. You're going to come up into this right-hander, get on the brakes slightly, get the thing to turn in, no downshifting required, and then down into 2nd gear through there. Not a great run through there, as we do slide the rear end around. And now we are going to jump ahead into lap 3 now, going down into turn 1. We lock up the brakes and are going to make a big mistake there. That is going to put us from 3rd to 5th. We're going to try and get 4th place back on this blue car, but just shuts the door on us, and we are stuck chasing. Skip ahead onto the last couple corners. We could not catch him, so we're going to come through here, lap 4 of 4, and we are going to finish P5. So it is a decent, it's much better than our 11th place finish of last race with the crash. So we are going to finish in 5th place.
So we are at 2 viewers.
Now moving up into race 3. This is at Donington Park. Qualifying was in the wet. We put the thing on the front row, and we're going to get a great start compared to the guy beside us, which is going to lead us going into turn 1. We are going to have the lead going into turn 1. Turn 1 is this tight-ish right-hander, and then you're going to come down the hill flat out in these cars, just fighting for grip. And we were hoping it would rain, as we did have the pace in the rain, not so much in the dry. And this corner I could not get right for the love of to save my life, and we slow down way too much, but we do actually hang on to the lead there. So now this race is just going to be defending, seeing if we can keep the race win. So now on the brakes there, trying to get the thing to turn, get it way loose there, not the best exit through there. Now here you're going to come up into another basically double apex corner. You hit the first one there, and then there's a second apex there, and you're going to try to get the run out. Then you get the run out, you're going to come up into the chicane, and you're going to do some second time. You lift off, downshift into second, through the chicane you go. That was one of our better runs through the chicane. So skip ahead on to lap 2 now, into the corner that we cannot stand, and we get an awful exit off the corner, and that is going to allow this green car to come through into 2nd place. So now we're going to try and defend. This blue car had a run on us, backs out of it. He's going to try, takes a look to the inside if you look in our mirror, but he's not going to get it done. So now coming into the chicane for a final time, we've held off the pack, and we're going to come home for a 2nd place finish at Donington Park. The leader did check out, as we did not have the pace here, but we are going to finish 2nd place at Donington Park, which is going to put us in an okay championship spot. Not great. Now coming into race 4 at MONZA on the short circuit. Now this was an absolute banger of a race. So we get a good start from the back row of the grid. Qualified like crap. So now we're going to go to the middle, pass 2 cars there, 3, 4, on the brakes. Going to look, see if we can pass a 5th car. We're going to drive it, get stuck, had to check up there a little bit as we don't get a great run. We're up in a 7th place already. So now on the brakes, down into 2nd gear, trying to get a good run here. These guys side by side. This is where we actually had a good setup for. We finally learned how to set up the car, and that did help us a lot here. So we're going to follow him, tuck up behind the slipstream. Almost tried to go to the inside, but we were too busy passing this car. And we are going to have to back out of it, but they do get clogged up on the inside, and we're going to drive around the outside of not one, but 2 cars, putting us into 5th place. We're going to get the run, dive to the inside, which is going to put us up into 4th place, and we have a great run, tuck back into the slipstream. We're going to go inside here, and we are going to finish lap 1 up into 3rd place, which is up 9 positions from our starting spot in 12th. So now on the brakes, we do accidentally not great on the brakes, and he gets a nose in there, so we're going to fall back into 4th place. Now, coming to the end of lap 2, we got a great run out of the Parabolica, and we're going to duck to the inside here, and we're going to slipstream past 1 car, and we're up back into 3rd place, get on the brakes, move from a ways back, and that was a great pass there, up into 2nd place now. Now on the final lap, we did track down the leader, and we are going to tuck up behind him. We're going to dive to the inside here, coming down into the Parabolica, and we're going to clear him, and we're going to swing back over to the left, and he does not want to give up the place as he sends it up the inside, a bit of contact, and he's actually going to take the lead, but we're going to get a run off of Parabolica in the draft, in the slipstream. Going to see if we can actually get a run to the line. We're side by side. We have the run. He gets a little loose, and we are going to take the win at MONZA. and it was very close for the top 5. So we do win at Monza. Now coming to the last race of the season at the Red Bull Ring on the short track. Here we go, Green qualified in 11th out of 12, and we get a great start. There we get a good, pretty decent start. Gonna go up in the middle again, as that is the tactic for these cars on passing on the start. So up into turn 1, we are momentarily 6th, then fall back down to 7th, but then we're gonna jump back up into 5th as we are 3 wide here, and we are gonna get the run in the draft on these two guys. Now on the brakes, down into 2nd gear, trying to get a good run out of here. And we did not have the gear ratio perfect, so we were shifting there, which did allow these guys to get a better run up the hill, but it did help on other parts of the track. So in the draft, we're up into 5th place, which is not too bad of a start in these races, as we do have time. We did struggle a little bit for pace here, but it did come to us eventually. So on the brakes now through the final corner, they all get checked up. We're going to jump up into 3rd place, going to swing to the inside, and we are going to take 2nd place away. Now we are going to see if we can chase down the leader. So we skip ahead to the end of the race. We could not chase down the leader. He did slightly walk away, and we couldn't do it. So now coming through the final corner, and we are going to finish the race in 2nd place, and that is going to wrap up part 2 of our career mode in the Formula Ford European Series, in the Formula Ford Formula Rookie European Championship. And we finished 2nd in the race, and here's your end of year results. We did manage to get 3rd in the championship, which means we are going to be moving up into the Formula C category, and that will be in our next video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and this is Indopolis signing out.